Should we talk about Jessy Taylor? Should we bring that up? All right. So there was this girl. She's sort of like a controversial Instagram user. She posts a lot of like underwear photos, bikini photos, that kind of stuff. Very like in your face kind of controversial person. Her name is Jessy Taylor, and she attracted the ire of people online, and they got her account deleted on Instagram. She had 130,000 followers. So she took to YouTube and went on this big tirade about how this was her life, and without her followers, her life is meaningless, and how she says that she's not, something to the degree that she's not like the 90% of people who can work a 9-to-5 job, and she says that she's incapable of doing that, and that's not why she moved to LA. And she also said she said like, I'm worthless without my followers, and this is my favorite quote. She told this website that her account being deleted felt like a murder. She said, I felt like it was a homicide, like somebody murdered me and then went online to say I murdered this girl. She then said, I called the police actually and told them about this, and they said, you can't compare a murder to this. And I was like, no, that's exactly what it felt like.
That part's really funny. I called the police.
This whole story and the video that she put out is a wild roller coaster.
It's a massive, because we all watched this video together, and we started off being like, oh God, and then it got us all to a point where we're like, oh no. Mm-hmm. But then we went through every emotion.
Yeah, we were like, I was like rooting for her, and then I was like, but I'm kind of disgusted, but like I want the best for you.
Because it suddenly comes up that she used to be a prostitute, and we're like, whoa, okay, and it goes so many places. Do we know what exactly she did that they used to get it deleted?
Well, I saw an old video
because that's a factor.
I saw an old video where she very gleefully proclaimed that she's a racist.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not great. That's not so solid.
She's like, yeah, I'm a racist. I was like,
is that yeah, not defending. That's pretty bad.
Obviously, I didn't see the context.
Is there like, I'm curious if she's posting content like that all the time.
Look,
right.
I went to her backup account, her Instagram account, and it's a very little substance. So her complaint was that there's plenty of other larger users that are controversial. So why can't she be controversial?
Well, isn't the guy who took her, how great is the person who took her down too, you know? Because it's kind of like the guy who came after the director of Guardians of the Galaxy. The guy who came after him was also tweeting horrible stuff. I mean, it's like...
Right. Yeah, the guy... It's not necessarily... I don't know if it's necessarily the guy or his fans, but the guy... Well, I didn't do enough research, but there's a guy, Ice Poseidon. He's known for having like these very terrible fans that basically they ruin his life, and that's his whole kind of gimmick.
Okay.
Like they like swat him in public, and but he's made a career out of it. But he's also kind of attracted a very sort of toxic fan base. I think she sort of directed the ire of him and his fan base, so they came after her.
The craziest thing out of it was her saying, "I'm nothing without my following," and it makes me wonder, for us, like in this industry, what would your reaction be if you just suddenly it was gone? Well, if your all your social media just got deleted and you have to restart it all?
Well, I mean, I think I don't know why I always want to give people the benefit of the doubt. But when she said that, she went on to say that it's because that was her income. So without followers, she had no income.
It's true. I mean...
Right. But
also saying like, I will not work a 9-to-5 job.
Right.
Like she said like...
Well, because she said she used to work at McDonald's and she hated it.
But then she said she has no skills. Like she just went back
It's
and
all
forth.
over the place. Yeah. You'll feel bad for her for a second. Then
Between like, are you saying that other people like are worse than you for doing this stuff? Or are you saying that you're like they're better than you? Or
Yeah.
What are you getting at here?
I do think that video says a lot about society, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
'Cause I think there is a part of that mindset that's in all of us.
Yes, I think that anyone who's like their main income or their job is essentially being in the public eye has a little bit of that. Like, I'm worthless without my followers.
But if your whole brand is being controversial and being a problem,
Right.
and like we give like way too much attention to people that we really shouldn't
For
give
sure.
attention to, and she made a living off of it for a time.
yeah,
She claimed that she made $500,000 over the 3 years that
What?
So she said she made $500,000 from her account over 3 years. She said that money does not last. She said you go to the Gucci store a few times, you pay a couple months of rent. I'm not rich like I used to be.
Absolute roller coaster. I'm telling you, everything she says will change every sentence she says will change your mind about her.
Right.
Yes.
Every single sentence.
I mean, there's a lot of just really poor decisions in this person's life,
yeah.
and she says when somebody said
How old is she?
she's like 21.
I mean-
yeah, she's 21.
I was a piece of when I was
That's
21.
the thing, man. Like with social media, we're like constantly. It's like a 19-year-old says something. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
What decade?
Yeah.
What,
But also, like, I like she alluded to like not having a good family life and
Right.
being
Right,
kicked out
I
and being
mean-
alienated and like having all her friends backstab you. But when somebody says everyone's backstabbed me, it's like, oh, maybe you were the problem.
And then there's this like, you want to believe this person who's been victimized, but you're also only hearing one side of a story.
Yeah.
It's so hard to pass judgment
Yeah.
when you don't know anything.
I think the big thing is like this is sort of a clear example of somebody that just needs a really good person to just kind of like be like, oh honey, like just like,
well, that's probably the problem. Is
Yeah.
she doesn't have any sort
because
of
I've
support.
I've seen
actual
people
support.
Yeah, I've seen people like her. I know people like her, and it's just
Right.
it's not necessarily their fault, but what happens afterwards, it's like, okay, it's not enough personal responsibility. $500,000. Let's say you're 18 and you get $500,000. What are you
That's
going to do
true.
with that money?
Right.
That's true. I mean, yeah, you can't fault
When you don't
anybody that
have
age.
somebody like my dad's an accountant, so
And also, like,
he's
yeah.
hammered into my head. Like, yeah, you get money and you save it.
Finances are
Yes.
really difficult, and we do not teach anything regarding. That's what I have a kind of. I don't think it's that much of a conspiracy theory, but the reason we don't teach finances very early on is because I think that's what society wants. They want you to blow all your money.
They don't
Give
teach
it to
you
everybody
about,
else.
They don't teach you about credit card debt. Like,
No.
No.
you,
Why would they?
you get into college and they're like, here's a credit card. Go have fun with it. It's free money.
Or like, come to school, take out this huge loan
Yeah.
at this crazy interest rate. Like, sign up for this when you're 17.
Yeah.
This like crippling debt.
Pay us until you're 45.
Yeah.
I remember like, I don't know if it was an economics class or what. We learned how to like write a check. Teach me about 401k. Teach me about mutual funds. Teach me about,
Yeah.
how to do my friggin' taxes.
Oh man. And
Which
also,
I don't know how to do because again, my dad's an accountant, so he does my taxes. So
it also must be insane, like for her to go from having no money to that amount of money.
Yes.
Not like she slowly, like her lifestyle slowly changed
Right.
to fit that. It went from nothing to Gucci.
yeah.
That's my autobiography.
From nothing to Gucci.
I just it's nothing good came out of this. But I think
it's
there's
definitely sad in a way.
yeah. But I think there's definitely there's a whole ton of lessons you can learn from just this this one video of her freak out. And
Right.
I don't take enjoyment out of the fact that she's in this situation, but I also definitely don't approve of her content or anything she's done.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine if you worked any other job and you were like kind of a dick about it and then you got fired and then released this video?
Yeah, can you imagine a job that paid you $500,000 over the course of 3 years, and then you get fired from the job, and then you're like, well, I just can't work another job. I just can't do it.
Well, once you get used to that lifestyle, you must think like it must be impossible to go back to actually working.
Yeah.
Right.
Like for her, like she got used to, and I mean for so many people who make these types of livings on social media where it's like, oh, I can just be an awful person
Yeah.
and make money and just post whatever and make money, and then suddenly that being
And
gone.
I don't know if it's the thought process of I can be awful and make money, but it's like you say one terrible thing and then it blows up and it gets all this
Yeah.
attention. So you're like, okay, that's what
Yeah.
people want
That's how I
to
get
hear
attention.
and see. So, and then you start to buy into your own
Guys, thank you so much for watching this week's highlight clip.
The full audio episode is available now wherever podcasts are found, or you can click the links below.
The full video episode comes out every Friday, so be sure to subscribe to the SmoshCast channel to catch it.
And to watch our most recent episode, click that box on the right.